What's up, guys? This is Tom Burkhart from Car-Revs Daily in the 2017 Volkswagen Jetta SE 1.4T manual. We're at the, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try to turn the car. We're at the Boeing Dreamliner factory here in Charleston, South Carolina. Taking a quick spin in this 17 Jetta, which I love, and I love even more now that I just saw its price, which is just 21 grand out the door. Really, really well equipped, or 21.7 I should say. Really, really well equipped with 150 horsepower, 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, making 184 foot-pounds of torque, which is very, very respectable, and that matches the torque level in the upgraded 1.8T engine that is also available in the Jetta SEL and some of the more premium models. So this 1.4 liter though just feels like it really hits the sweet spot in terms of you know, a little bit of pace and good driver engagement, but also just ridiculous efficiency, up to 40 miles per gallon on the highway and 28 in the city, which is really, really good. And really, the Jetta just brings a little bit of the VW love back. Gotten to drive the a recent Golf as well as the 2016 Tiguan, and been kind of blah on the Golf, and I just hated the Tiguan, hated it. So as much as I hated the Tiguan, I really, really love this Jetta. I think it feels priced right, and it feels premium versus its rivals for consumer dollars in this price point, which would include like the Toyota Corolla, the Elantra, and perhaps some of the cheapest Honda Civics. So really, really just sort of rediscovering the love of VW in terms of the feel on the road, cabin feel, and overall just value. The new Jetta is looking pretty standard outside and in. You'll definitely recognize this car, but excuse me, but that being said, we have brand new LED daytime running lights on the car this year up front that are gorgeous, very, very Audi-like in front, that form sort of a hook lining the bottom of the lamps there, and so those LEDs really help. I mean, really, really help update the look of the car. We also have a different trim look for the grille on this SE, so it's sort of like a little bit of a darker, kind of blacked out grille there in the front, and then big emphasis on the horizontal slats throughout the nose of the vehicle, and big horizontal slats extending from the lower bumper out forward, even as a little bit of a chin splitter and aerodynamic you know, assistant there right in the design. It also helps the car look wider and more premium from the front, with all those horizontal lines moving across the nose, sort of just widens it visually, and it's just sort of it's kind of delightful. Especially considering this price. Whenever I'm driving these cars for a couple days, I'm kind of like, I can fall in love with them, but before I've checked the price, I get really, really worried. Like, I was worried this car was gonna, you know, say it was 27 grand or something. At which point, you know, you might need a little more whiz bang. We do have like a moonroof and some nice, and you know, one-touch windows all around, blind spot monitoring system, and backup camera. So we do like have some good stuff, but thinking it was going to be costing more, I was still like preparing myself. I was like, all right, pump the brakes. You're not gonna. This car might still be the traditional Volkswagen thing, which is like priced kind of ambitiously. So look, happy to report that's not the case. With the stick shift transmission, the 5-speed manual, which is amazing, which is so delightful and tactile and easy to use. With the 5-speed, the car comes in with that $20,895 is the base price. No options on this car, even though we have CarNet, keyless entry, touchscreen, Bluetooth, XM, all that good stuff. Even though we've got that stuff, it's just $20,895, and then, you know, delivery charge takes us up to the total, which is $21,700, you know, delivered, which is stellar value. Got a line of C-17 Globemasters over here at the joint Charleston Air Force Base, where they do a lot of cargo runs for the U.S. military all over the world. So we've got a twisty road here to enjoy the Jetta. The other thing with the Jetta is it feels like it handles, you know, it definitely does just handle well. It doesn't just feel like that. It handles well, it has great steering, really, really accurate, and it's just super easy to drive and pretty rewarding when you are driving. Just a really good, solid car that drives like a premium compact, but is priced like priced like a regular compact or maybe even a subcompact. So these are real core areas where VW needed to get their groove back, and I think they definitely have with this Jetta. Brakes feel great, really strong actually. Brakes feel really strong, and again, this 5-speed manual is absolutely delightful. Got our backup camera engaged there when I went into reverse briefly. One thing is I can't find a traction control button, which is kind of weird, but it's also good that I would need to look for that with a 1.4-liter turbo engine, because you wouldn't think that you would be having that you would really need to bother with the traction control much. But this turbo, I mean, Volkswagen turbos have always been very, very good, and this one is certainly no exception. Very engaging drive experience, and pretty good acceleration power, if not good, like great in-gear power. Like we're in 4th right now, and like we would definitely need a shift or two to get some passing energy going. But that being said, the upgrade to the 1.8-liter, and it gives you 20 extra horsepower and more in-gear thrust as well. So that's certainly an option for anybody who likes a little bit of a speedier drive. So far, this 1.4-liter is a really great sort of middle ground between just like a lifeless 4-cylinder engine without a turbo, and in any number of vehicles, and a more potent engine like you would get in like a GLI or a GTI type vehicle. So really pleased with the car. I think that drivers will love it. It reminds me of the good old days of Volkswagen Jettas, I guess, which for me was like the when they had the ads with the wipers, and the I can't remember, but that sort of design of Volkswagen I think came out in like 98 or 99, and really just sort of set the pace for the next decade of what Fords were going to be like, what Chevy wanted to be like, and really and even influenced Hyundai and Kia pretty heavily. I mean, that car was really just like a trendsetter, not just for its sort of like geometrically pure design, but also for the fact that it felt great inside. It felt really, really high quality, or at least much higher quality than its price rivals, while at the same time being pretty cheap. I mean, it was a cheap car. It was cheap and easy, but outpunched its classiness. It was classier than its price tag would lead you to believe. So there's a little fewer surprise and delight element in the new Jetta. The cabin does feels okay. There's one thing I would say, there's like almost no panel gaps, because this appears to be like one piece. There's lots of shut lines, but this is all like one piece somehow. I don't know. So that's pretty good. So it feels respectably high quality. The moonroof controls are nice. They're just sort of the classic Audi style, and then nice little tactility for some of its controls there as well. I thought there was a nice, oh yes, it's like a little nice snick on some of the vent controls, and the overall touchscreen is really good. It works really well. So I'm really pleased with that. So you've got App Connect with CarPlay, as well as Android Auto and VW CarNet, which is like a connected service provider that has lots of stuff there. So you can like images, and I don't have anything synced up right now, like my phone or CarPlay or anything. This car comes with satellite, but I think it just expired. So they're just, regular radio, but you got like stationless. I mean, it's just some sort of a deep and feature-rich system that's easy to use and doesn't appear to be lacking for anything too substantial. The other thing is, there are some surprise and delight elements. Like we've got heated seats, and when you like the trunk access, when you open the trunk via the key fob, it opens all the way, like subtle things. You got fold down seat back with the pulleys in the way back in the trunk, which is something that you can't get on the BMW 320i at any price. You got to go up to the 328, and then we do have like keyless entry, keyless start, and just like there's some stuff that you would definitely have to pay extra for and probably ask for specifically in order to get it on things like Corolla or Focus. Whereas VW just sort of has bundled it in to this like ridiculously high value 2017 Jetta. So by high value, I just mean they've really upped the value quotient quite a bit by actually lowering the retail prices. So I'm all for it. I think that VW needs all the help they can get right now. These birds doing. And I'm really happy and delighted to find a good, like a car that is awesome and reminds you and me why we love Volkswagen and why Volkswagen has always set such a high standard for comparisons in the auto business. And whenever somebody's going to compare their vehicle to the Jetta or the Golf, they've always had to be. It's just objectively, these cars on paper have been the best cars in their segments, but lately they just didn't really feel like it. But luckily, I'm very pleased to report that that this Jetta is back to the good-natured VW we know and love. And this 5-speed in particular is making me a very happy man. It's just so fun. The clutch is like pretty light, but the real joy is in like the in-gear engagement, and it's just like the I don't know, the gearbox itself just feels really nice. Maybe it's manual starvation, the fact that I haven't had a stick drive experience in a while and I missed it, but I do find it very, very engaging. So for a $22,000 car, you've got alloy wheels and everything on here. But they're a little small, they're like 15s or 16s. So the only thing you might do to make this a really cool sort of executive sedan, especially with its new LEDs in front, would be like an upgraded pair of wheels. So you get a little more grip, but still have fantastic ride quality and good, pretty light, but feel some steering. All right, 2017 Volkswagen Jetta SE 1.4 turbo. In showrooms now, and definitely worth a drive. Back to the old goodness of feeling like you're getting a car that's worth a couple $1,000s more than what it's priced at, and that's always a very, very good feeling. So we'll see you guys next time. This is Tom Burkhardt signing off.